used and recap tires, plus expert repairs. Need a new set or a quick fix? Then call Mausers at 724-249-2410 and they'll get you ready for the road. Mausers Tire Center. 5 decades of keeping you safe.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone.
Well, thank you, TJ. Welcome to the Democratic Hour on WMBS. I look to my right, and Rich is here, and off to my left, Doc. Welcome back.
Glad to be here.
You.
Got a full house.
We got a full house. And again, guys, it's good to see everybody, but if we go outside, we may not be able to see each other.
Yeah.
T, I know we start the show with a little music, and I know where Justin was this past weekend.
No.
He was with me.
Okay.
He was with me. We were following the big boy train to Western Pennsylvania. And I want you to top that one.
Okay.
All
I
right.
think we've already done that, and we've topped out a lot this year already.
I agree. I know one day if he's ever traveling through and hears this song on there, us talking about who's with who, we're in trouble.
We are.
We're in serious trouble. That's the one and only Justin Timberlake. Thanks, TJ.
You're welcome.
And guys, welcome back. Doc, welcome back. Rich, and Doc, real quick, where have you been?
Well, with the family members down in Miami.
Oh.
Checking everybody out and got it squared away. And everything is fine.
Well, that's good. Rich, I know you and I and Joe have been together the last couple of days. And again, it's WMBS, Democratic Hour, 590 AM, 101.1 FM. Our telephone number is 724-438-4593. And also, I know our fall election, I hate to say this, 109
109 days.
And anybody has any questions, and we'll get into those later, but what happened yesterday with the President of the United States, telephone number at the Bureau of Election is 724-430-1289. Kendall and Bill asked me to step in the show for a little bit because I was out with Rich and Joe at Vietnam, the traveling memorial wall. But Doc, the big train came through Western Pennsylvania, the big boy.
Wow, I didn't know about that.
Yes.
I missed that.
Well, let me tell you this. I went on an excursion last Saturday. Jackie and I, my dear friend, so we started on Latrobe, missed the train on Latrobe. To make a long story short, the train ended in Leedsdale, Pennsylvania. That was the last official stop for the big boy train. And everywhere you went, there was thousands and thousands of people trying to see this big boy train. And of course, it was one of the trains that is the largest steam engine in the United States. It might be the largest steam in the world.
I think in the world.
So we got to see it. And so it was a 12-hour day. So I was chasing the train from east going to west. So we finally got to see it. And the reason I say that, the last stop was in Leedsdale, which is on the other side of Pittsburgh, right on the Ohio River. And we met a nice young man. His name was Dalton. He had his camera set up. So when the train went by, and he also gave us some water, and he had some not lawn chairs, some chairs to sit on. But there was thousands of people, and lo and behold, I know we were kids. We did it. We weren't defacing money, but he put some pennies on a track. So after the train went through, so my penny's about the size of a 50-cent piece. So,
It's still only worth a penny.
yeah, it's worth a penny. So, Dalton, thank you. Thank you for your hospitality. People were patient. There was traffic everywhere. And believe it or not, this week I met somebody that I knew lives in Uniontown, but he was born and raised in Leedsdale. And I said, could you imagine all the years you lived by that railroad tracks, never in your wildest imagination, that little town over 1,000, there was 4,000 people going to see this train come through. So that was one of the trips I made last week. And, of course, Doc, right here I have it in front of me. The Vietnam Traveling Memorial Wall is here out at the fairgrounds. The wall is here on the 15th. It'll be here the 20th. It's 24-hour visitation at the Fayette County Fairgrounds. So please, everybody wants to check out the traveling wall. I do believe I looked it up. There's 3 different walls that it makes goes around the country. with this, and Rich was there. Rich and I took some nice photo of me. The old Huey helicopters, when anybody was in Vietnam, knows the sound and the sight of one of the Hueys.
That's what evacuated you, right?
Yes.
Huey?
Good times and bad times, and I got to talk to one of the guys that was on the Huey. Doc, he was 83 years old. And I don't think he was doing the flying, but he was part of the crew. I think he might have had a Silver Star wounded. So we had a nice conversation. At Huey's just looked just like I remembered it all those years ago. So it's actually located in Washington, PA. And I was saying, guys, what's the chance of me getting back on a Huey? He more or less said, slim to none, George. But he said next year it's a possibility wherever the wall is going to be, they're going to, I think, have a little lottery, take a couple of guys up.
For a short flight.
A short flight on the Huey. So, folks, we had, I always said it was 50 young men who lost their lives in Vietnam here from Fayette County. So if you have an opportunity, it's emotional, Rich. And you
Yeah,
could,
yeah, very much so.
and I know Joe was there, and of course we had the local Albert Galton ROTC did the march on, and then of course we had somebody playing, singing the national anthem. Anytime you play taps, too,
Oh, yeah, the taps.
there's not a dry eye. At least I don't think so. So please, and you could go out any hour of the day to go out there, and Rich and I and Joe, you could trace anybody. They'll look up. You have a name you want to look up on the traveling wall. They'll tell you what section it is in. They'll give you a pencil, and you could trace that individual's name on some paper.
Yeah. It's amazing because they in the books there's 58,307 names.
Yeah, and they demand the time and effort to do this. And they're
Now, this is an exact replica of the
Oh, yeah.
original that's in D.C.
it's downsized, but
Yeah.
but like you said, it has, like Rich said, all the other names. Rich, the only thing I didn't do, I think they have some other, and I didn't go over there, and I apologize. I will go before the weekend. I think they have the names of the individuals that was on the flights with the aircrafts that went down, 9/11.
9/11. They
Yeah.
also have the names of individuals who were lost in various wars, Iraqi War, Desert Storm, all of them.
So again, so please, you have an opportunity to go out there. I know our local vets will be there, probably some of the AM vets, Catholic War vets. Somebody be manning that station 24 hours till they leave. Well, the big talk this week, Doc, I think Rich and I were on. We had a little wager, a friendly wager, when the budget will be resolved. And
Yeah, I owe you $5.
was I closer to the deadline?
Yeah, I said I wouldn't.
I would said the second full week in July, they settled the budget. The governor signed it last Sunday. Now, the governor didn't get everything he wanted. I think the budget was supposed to be 52 million, Rich, and I think they settled on 50.8 billion.
50.88 billion, yeah.
$8 billion.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I bring this up, and Rich is going to make some comments, and I know, Doc, you were out of town. So it passed the Senate 44-6, okay? In the House, there's 203 representatives between Democrats and Republicans. 167 voted in favor of the budget. 35 voted against the budget. Now, Doc, you haven't been in town. Well, we have 2 representatives here in Fayette County. 2 Republicans, reps, and 1 senator. Now, how do you think they voted on the budget?
By past record, I'd expect they would have voted down, thumbs down.
Well, our
No.
2 representatives, Ryan Warner and Charity, voted against the
Yes,
budget.
Yeah.
Okay, but yet our state senator, Pat Stefano, voted for the budget. Now, if we look to our west, Senator Bartolotto, she voted in favor of the
favor of it.
budget. And then you go to Westmoreland County, Senator Ward voted for the budget. Now, all the reps who were Republicans in Westmoreland County voted in favor of the budget. Now we look a little bit in Washington County. I may have this wrong. There was 3 reps voted yes and 3 voted no. And my whole point, and there was some things in there both parties didn't get.
Right.
But the other thing, Doc, there was a provision in there. Finally, we had retirees who retired on July 1st of 2001 or before that date. They never had a cost of
Cost of living increase.
increase. So that was part of the budget.
They gave it to him.
Okay, now you figure, Rich, you do the math, that's 25 years
25,
ago.
yeah.
Now, if you retired at 62, how long could these individuals be living even to get a little increase in their pension? That was for the teachers and anybody, state workers. And lo and behold, I'd love to know what Ryan Warner would say to one of the teachers or a state worker that retired 2001 of July, or charity, right? But yet I know for sure you're going to see when these grants come, you know they're going to be out taking a photo op.
Take the
So my
photos.
question is,
Or showing a giant check,
You
know,
it's,
and-
about 3 feet across.
and of course,
yeah.
you know, she posted that she had to be there on a Sunday night or Saturday night, right?
Yeah.
And I want to remind everybody, it passed in April, but again, it finally passed this past Sunday. But you're getting paid there. Our representatives are getting paid there. That's a job you should be doing, right?
Yep.
You're getting paid. You're getting your travel pay. You're getting your room and board paid while you're there.
Your
And
eats. Yeah.
But when you see our reps, ask them why.
Yeah, I mean, it was annoying to hear that the charity put out a video Saturday night.
Right,
You know, and the voting was scheduled for Sunday.
right.
And she came out and put a video out and saying that I'm voting against it. Now, I don't know if there are any changes made between Saturday night and Sunday, but at least you would expect the representatives to know exactly what the heck is in the bill.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, and there were some Democrats, a few voted against it. There's the thing, why, your representative right here in Westmoreland County voted, who's a Republican, voted for the budget, yet our representatives voted no.
Mhm.
No,
Except for Stefano.
right. But again, that's our state budget. So anybody wants to make any comments on that, but you can rest assured there's some things coming up. There's the gambling issue has to be resolved here in
The
2026.
skills machine, that was
That's
no
the
action
other-
taken.
No action, and the court said they have to get it done in 120 days. Then talking about raising the minimum wage.
Minimum wage.
We
yep.
know she voted against raising the minimum wage, even though they're getting $113,000. They'll get a 3.5% increase next year.
Yeah.
So, and
There was nothing done on relaxing marijuana.
right. So there's some other things coming up.
Yeah.
Doc, you know, in conjunction with Vietnam, and Doc, you've seen in your lifetime more presidents than I have, and Rich and I are probably equal. But let me say this, sitting there for me emotionally, thinking, tracing someone's name that gave their life for this country, if they could look down today and see what's going on with this current president of the United States, they'd be appalled. I don't know, and I'm calling out to Republicans. You see it, you know, you're going to tell me just the whole thing about voting. I'm tired of hearing it. He claims now he has some evidence about China. Wasn't he just in China? Wasn't that his buddy? He wined and dined, right? They're buddies, they're best, the relationship is good, right?
Yeah.
Well, he can't accept he lost election. We had elections in our here in the county. We still haven't found out to this day what John Marietta has
The
cost
exact
this
amount.
county.
Well, the exact
That's-
amount, it's over
right.
125,000.
Right, and it was the same issue. Well,
Yeah.
guess what, Donald? You could accept the win, but you can't accept the loss.
Yeah, and his loss in the election, he was in charge. It was his administration. It was his DNI people. It was his FBI. You know, he complains when he loses, but he doesn't complain when he wins.
You know, and I've been down to Bureau of Elections in my 8 years as chairman of the party. We had the state, who's the Republicans in charge of all elections. They've been to courts. There is no evidence there was election fraud or, you know. And if we were so good at it, Doc, we'd never lose election, right? So we pick
absolutely,
and choose every so often, right?
Yeah, and he's trying to push that Save America Act,
Yeah.
which is,
It's only the acts he wants to save himself.
well, it's depleting the number of people who could vote. But if you look at the census, last census here in Fayette County, I mean, Save America Act,
Yeah.
they say you have to be a U.S. citizen to go ahead and vote. The last census taken in Fayette County, 99.9% of the residents were U.S. citizens.
And then, getting back to what Rich just said, and Doc, it's just annoying. I mean, it's annoying. I don't know when these individuals, and how about the two, I call them, wannabe attorney general, and the other one, the head of the
DNI,
DNI, right? Couldn't answer plain, simple questions here at the Senate, right?
yeah. Who won the election then? Who won the election?
I can't answer that. I won't answer that. He won the Electoral College.
Yeah.
And who
Well, if you win the Electoral College, what does that mean?
I think I already answered that. I mean, that's the stuff,
Yeah.
right? You
Wiggle,
would think,
wiggle,
right?
wiggle, and embarrassing.
Well, it is embarrassing, and everybody out here. And then, of course, he's going to, we know he got involved with the soccer. He's supposed to go to the finals, I think,
In New Jersey.
in New Jersey. That ought to be a debacle. Now, this so-called, the reflecting pond was drained.
Again.
And everything I looked at and looked it up, and I'm wrong, if somebody wants to call me out on it, there is no evidence somebody was in that pool, did some damage to the reflection pool.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
So we got the east wing destroyed. We got the pool, right? He wants to put up a monument. It's all about him, and that's what this, and it's really, what did we gain in Iran so far?
Nothing.
Nothing. Right?
Higher gas prices.
Our gas prices, and I have it here. When I bought gas in January, they haven't went down to the January level.
Nope.
We lost 13 Americans, several hundred of them wounded. We have no idea. It might be over $1 billion we spent on this so-called war that he claims that he already solved 8 wars. First day he was going to call, right? His buddy Putin, and the war was going to be over, right?
Well, there's the report out yesterday, taking a look at estimates of the cost of the war. And if you include the damage that was done to U.S. embassies in the Middle East, and our bases over there, conservatively, they're saying $100 billion.
And again, I didn't listen to it. I refused to listen to it, and I refused to talk to anybody who continued to support this administration. I disagreed with former Republican presidents, but I respected them because he does not deserve any respect. Like I said, it's a total embarrassment. And then getting back to, you sit there and look at those individuals who never came home, never had an opportunity to raise a family, never had an opportunity to vote.
Yeah.
But he had bone spurs. He didn't serve, right?
He did not. I liked the one analyst who was on last night while I was watching, trying to describe Trump's, what he was trying to do. And the analyst coined the term weaponizing despair, because Donald Trump is despairing what is going to happen in the midterm elections.
We got a caller on the line, T?
We do.
All right, Rich and Doc, see what we got.
Good afternoon. You're on the air. Who we speaking with? Hello? Okay, we don't have anybody
All
anymore.
right, our telephone number is 724-438-4593. Maybe that's some of that smog that's affecting the phones. No, if anybody been out, and I don't have to tell you, it's fires up in Canada, came across, and anybody been out, it is bad outside.
It is.
They tell you stay inside.
Yes, they are
So that's
putting
what we
out the
plan to do.
warnings, yes.
We're going to see if it's a caller. We heard the phone ring, T. We got a caller now?
Okay, we're going to try it
We're
again.
gonna
Let's
try
see.
it again. Let's see what we got.
Good afternoon. You're on the air. Who we speaking to?
Good afternoon. You got Jesse on here now.
What's up, Jesse?
Hey, Jesse. Do you know that Justin Timberlake was a Mouseketeer?
If he is, I'm all for it.
He was when he was a kid.
You'll have to look that up, Jesse, but I know that's
Oh,
more
that's
on
a
your
fact.
mind.
That's a fact. He
All right,
was a
what-
Mouseketeer.
What other
But anyway,
facts
I'm
you got
gonna-
for us?
I was going to tell you, we got another talented person, Mr. Trump. He can drive a clown car at a circus.
Well, that's one thing we could agree on.
Oh, yeah. Put that red nose on him. He looked good. But he's perfect for that. And how about ICE agents? What they say on the news, they'd killed like 10 people already?
14, I think it was. Well, shot and killed 14. Not all of them died.
Hey, how come you never heard nothing under Obama administration that anybody died?
Well, there's different rules
Nobody.
and different regulations now.
That's what I mean. Who they got recruited in this bunch of you wackos?
Well, there's
You never know who these people are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, the senator in Maine argued that she voted for ICE funding because they were going to put cameras on all ICE, all federal
Yeah.
agents. And what
Yeah,
happened?
I never see that.
Yeah.
Anyway, all they do is say, after they shoot somebody, all they say is, oh, they were weaponizing the car.
Yeah.
That's their excuse, on Fox News and all that stuff. You hear the same crap. What they are, they're American Gestapo. That's what they are, American Gestapo.
Well, this latest incident in Maine, they shot through the windshield 5 times.
It was the wrong guy.
The wrong
It
guy.
was the wrong guy.
And when they pulled him out of the car, instead of checking on him, what did they do?
I have no idea.
Put his hands behind his back and threw cuffs on him.
Yeah.
Jesse, you brought
No,
up
they have
some-
no respect. They have no respect for human life. These people are human beings. You know, they don't treat them like garbage. You know what I mean?
Well,
They're not all criminals. Come on.
And
I'm not that
we-
stupid.
and I don't think
But
the
anyway,
majority of people in this
As
country.
far as Fetterman, I say let him go. We don't need him in this party. This is ridiculous.
Well, we appreciate
I'm
Jesse.
tired of him mouthing off all the time.
Well, Jesse, we appreciate your call. We're going to grab another caller.
Grab it. Take
All
care,
right,
George.
all right,
Bye.
thanks, Jesse.
And he was right. Justin Timberlake was a Mouseketeer,
look
1993
out.
to 95.
Well, we got some smart
We have-
callers,
We
right?
have our fact checker.
Our fact checker.
Okay. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Who are we speaking to?
You're speaking with Mark from Republic.
You have a drink in your hand, Mark?
Fact is, I walked under the ancestral cherry tree with a glass of wine just now.
Oh, I tell you what, we're gonna have to come down to Republic one day, share a little bit with you. Is that an open invitation or what?
I'd rather you not find me.
Well, what if I'll bring something? I won't come empty-handed now.
Well, getting there, but
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
What? He was a
Musketeer.
musketeer in '95. You said?
Mouseketeer.
Yeah, or producer
Okay.
TJ looked it up.
Okay, because I mean, you're talking about a musketeer. The musketeers were back in the late 1950s. Do you recall?
Yeah, this is a Mouseketeer.
Mouseketeer.
Wasn't it, TJ?
Mouseketeer.
From the Mickey Mouse
Mouse.
Club.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
Mickey
Mouse.
Mouse Club.
The original 3 Musketeers are sitting right
Right
here.
there.
Okay.
Mark, what's on your mind?
Well, it has to do. I just want to talk about the musketeers. That's
Oh,
all.
Well, you
Well,
know,
first of all,
go right ahead.
there were 24 original musketeers. And the guy who played, the young man who played with the rifleman, his name was Mark. Do you,
Well, I know somebody watches the old movies, cowboy movies. Yeah, I know who you mean.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
yeah, he was one of the real 12, but they cut it down to 12. And I mean, Justin Timberlake. I mean, to be one of the original Musketeers, no way he could have been one of them.
Well, we have some good callers. Mark, we're going to grab another caller.
All right.
I'll find you one day in Republic under a tree with a glass of wine.
Yeah, the ancestral cherry tree.
I hear you.
Bye-bye.
Our man Mark from Republic. TJ, we got another caller?
We do.
Let's see what we got.
Good afternoon. You're on the air. Who are we speaking to?
Good afternoon, ladies. How are you doing this afternoon?
Good.
That's good. That's good. If your producer checks the Mickey Mouse Club, you can find the Mickey Mouse Club now at Pennsylvania Avenue. They're all down there. That's the Mickey Mouse Club.
I knew you'd hit a home run on that.
I'm telling you, it's just too easy. That was a softball. But yeah, now you guys can't pick on Trump now, because I heard in June that his tariffs got the country $25 billion he brought in from his tariffs. Bad part about it is Fox News didn't tell you that $50 billion was spent paying companies and organizations that filed suit against him over his tariffs, and they wanted their money back. So he actually was in the hole $25 billion.
Yeah, the court
order,
against
yeah.
the tariffs.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're in the whole $25 billion.
Yeah.
Not to mention TikTok. Every day that goes by overseas with this war that's on and off and on. And let's face it, people, if you're listening, it's a lie. When he sits there and says, "Oh, they want to meet with us so bad, they want to meet," they don't want to meet with you. That's him saying that. And all it is Friday. You can go back and set your watch. Friday we're at peace, but then the weekend we bomb, and then Monday we're at peace again. He's manipulating the markets.
Yeah.
You cannot trust this guy. And TikTok every day, 2 billion, I think they're figuring. So you can figure this out. You're going to have probably right now 250 billion has probably been spent or coming close to being spent over there, and weapons are an issue. How do we know that? When you tell Ukraine to make Patriot missiles, and for every one that you make for yourself, make 2 for us, that tells me that maybe some ammunitions and some weapons are running low. Wouldn't that say that, guys?
Yeah.
I agree, Jeff.
Because this is what we're doing now. You're putting us at risk if something does come down the pike. You just insulted China last night, and here we are. We still have these thoughts with Marco Rubio about making a move on Cuba. So this is crazy to me. But the thing that I heard this morning was how people were so upset because certain broadcasting companies didn't broadcast his speech last night.
CBS and ABC.
No, NBC and ABC. NBC and
Okay.
ABC.
Okay, so they either cut away or they didn't do it at all. Now, their answers, now get this, guys. They said that we're headed towards communism. We're headed towards communism because they are just not broadcasting the president and his speeches. And you see where this is headed. This is the same people that are saying this basically spun it when he was running for president and said that he won the debate that he wasn't at. So these people have no credibility with me. They say what they want to say. And it's amazing to me that a recent poll here in the state of PA, where it's red everywhere except Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, what's Trump's popularity rating? Do you guys know?
No, I don't.
38%. 38%. In this state they're all proud of, saying that it's MAGA. It went red.
Yeah, it's
Well,
ruby
now,
red.
oh yeah, ruby red, candy apple red. It went, and from everybody from the hillbilly to they were so happy. Well, what happened? Because now you're down to 39% approval rating. It's plummeting. And what gets me is when you listen to Fox News on this station or any station, it makes you want to throw up because every hour on the hour last week, and even part of this week, they were saying how much inflation has gone down and stuff is so more affordable. It is so affordable now.
Yeah.
So affordable now. I can go anywhere and I should have an additional $20 in my pocket because stuff is so affordable now.
Yeah, that was a glitch. The inflation went down the last reporting period because of the
Gas, wasn't it?
Yeah, mainly gas because they thought everything was going hunky-dory and the Strait of Hormuz and it was going to open. So gas prices fell.
James, you bring up some excellent points. You call the show, you listen to the show, but you also listen to what's going on in the country. You see what's going on. Doc sees, I see, Rich sees, and a lot of listeners see. But how's the rest of this country don't see what is going on with this administration is beyond me.
Well, his approval.
Well, go ahead, Rich.
His approval rating is going down, but what is going up? The amount of money he's making. Did you see the latest?
Oh, absolutely.
His latest money scheme announced today?
What?
I mean, his Truth Social.
Oh, yes. You can buy into it. You
get a subscription and you get early notice on what's going to be on Truth Social.
Yes. There isn't, for anybody to say that this guy has changed, this guy has always been a carpetbagger. He's always been a huckster. He could try and sell an Eskimo a popsicle. This is what this guy has done his whole history, from the Trump board game to Trump steaks to Trump Airlines to Trumpy Bear to, well, for whatever it is. And he's still doing this. He's making money. This is the same guy that cut up his suit like a collectible football card and said you could buy pieces of his suit. Yeah. He makes money anywhere. And to me, he doesn't care about me or you. He didn't even want to sign the housing bill. He does not care. He just wants to make money. And he's making them all, whether it's any president in the past, right up to Joe Biden and his son Hunter, he's making them look like amateurs. Because him and his boys and his crew are out to make some serious dough. And to me, it's criminal. The hope is that maybe 4 years down the line, or after he's out, that some people start to really look into this, because this is unreal.
Yeah.
And the sad thing about he doesn't care, even if he uses our taxpayers' money in funding some of the things that he makes money off of.
Yeah, I mean,
It-
he didn't want the IRS to audit himself, his family businesses. and his sons.
Absolutely.
But did you hear what happened today? The
No, I didn't hear.
A guy named Ken Keyes. He's one of the top. He is the top lawyer for the IRS, and he got fired by the White House today because there's a section in the tax code, 7217 of the IRS code, which prohibits the president, vice president, White House staff, and agency heads from requesting the IRS to conduct an audit or to terminate or ask an investigation.
So they terminated him.
They terminate him.
Yeah.
Surprise,
So they
surprise, right, Doc?
Well, you had mentioned, you said, well, what's up with, just paying attention and what, but that this morning when they were saying they were so upset about him not being broadcast, that to me speaks volumes, because that is it. They try to spin anything positive for him. It is, and it's sad, because I've said it many times on this radio station. It's sad because you have Fox News and others, Salem Radio, whatever it is. These people are spinning this, and if you're somebody that's listening to this thinking that it's news, of course you're going to come out with a slanted view of this. When you turn on the radio, guys, and all I hear is 5 stations that do news every hour, and 4 out of the 5 is Fox News, that's slanted. That's slanted. So this is the problem when you say, George, that you don't understand why people, this is why. It's a campaign to continue to do this. Now, I think people have unplugged, and that's why his rating is so low. People are starting to say, no, this isn't making sense. And they're going off and doing investigations and thinking on their own. But this is the problem, your media and what's going on.
The other problem is those hearings. I want to see what Republican senator has a set of what to vote no on.
Kahuna?
Yeah. To vote no on those confirmations.
Well, I think both of them will end up getting confirmed. Sad.
Even-
Sad. Though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
very
much so.
sad. Okay, guys,
All right.
you have a great
All right,
weekend,
We
brothers.
will. Excellent points. Doc, like you said, who's going to step up to plate? I mean, is it Senator from Texas that lost, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cornyn.
Now, he said he wasn't sure how he was going to vote, but he asked the current acting attorney general if he would meet with the victims of Epstein. Am I right?
Right.
And then if he did, he may change his mind. But I'm like Rich, Doc. If you have a comment, I think they're all going to vote for him.
Yeah.
And that was Donald Trump's personal attorney, right? When they asked him a question. I mean, and this was what's going on.
And when, the nominee for DNI,
Yeah.
National Intelligence, Clayton, I mean, when he can't even say
That
on the floor of the Senate or Florida
Joe
House,
Biden won the election,
that
right?
Joe Biden won the
A
election.
simple sentence
Right.
as if he would choke
Yeah.
to death
Yeah,
for
right.
saying it.
It's a simple yes or no.
Yeah.
Did Joe Biden win?
Right.
Yes.
Everybody else knows the millions and millions of people, right? Yes.
Barr, his attorney general, said, I told him
Yeah.
to his face it's all BS.
Yep.
There was no fraud.
All right, Doc, we got another call. See what we got.
Good afternoon. You're on the air. Who we speaking with?
Good afternoon. This is Jay.
Hey, Jay, how are you, sir?
I'm good. I think I didn't really want to call about this election, but the biggest thing, my takeaway from it is, if you go back and you listen to that January 2nd phone call that he had with the Republican Secretary of State of Georgia, Raffensperger.
11,780.
Yes, he said, I need to find those. He said, I won the state by 100,000, but I just need 11,000. they had an investigation, right? They
Numerous
had
investigations.
Yeah, the lady, the Secretary of State, the Cobb County went into Cobb County, and she said no, it was done right, and Trump called her. He called her on December 23rd, and said no, there's no way I won that, and she said, sir, and again another Republican said, you didn't win, and and then the day they released the tape in the morning, he said, oh, it was a nothing phone call, a nothing burger. And then they released the tape and I will say this on this war in Iran, I can tell you who's benefiting. It's going to be the defense contractors.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, certainly.
We're using up ammunition and we've done a lot, and it won't be veterans or military personnel that get compensated. It's going to be contractors getting taxpayer-funded contracts and making billions of dollars. And I just think that, I want the war to go well because we have troops there. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. But I'm telling you right now, this guy has no direction on what he's doing. He has no military experience. He does not know what he's doing. He won't listen to hardly anybody. And it's just, we're looking like we're going to be further and further involved over there. So I will say this in closing. It made national news. But where I'm from, Huntington City Council had a meeting the other night. It was already a done deal. And I know people say, why are you talking about it here? But this is national. They had a done deal with these cameras. I have to be careful how I say it. It's FLOCK, plot cameras. They use AI algorithms in their license plate readers, but they also do a lot of other things. And I believe that's what happened to me when I got pulled over by ICE. Yeah, but I'm proud of people came out. That council meeting lasted till 4 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
Yes, and it's online, but
So how do you get it online? What we?
It was on Facebook. But what happened was they had 6 Republicans vote in favor of a $2 million contract for this company. The 5 Democrats voted against it. It was a done deal, but people dragged the meeting out, and it was 52-1 people speaking against this camera contract. And I'm really proud of people for doing that, because there were business people there that were going to have them outside their businesses. And this is massive surveillance of unreal proportions. And I'm just glad that there are people that care to come out and spoke and made the meeting drag out to 4 a.m. in the morning, because I'll tell you what, that it just, to me, it did my heart a little bit of good. I just wanted to share that because these cameras are going up all across America. And I believe there is some real chicanery with some of this stuff, and it's available online. And I just wanted to share that. But also, one thing Rich said, one thing Donald Trump's doing when his family buys stock in companies, he's going on Truth Social and praising those companies. So what do these people do? They go out and spend their money on these companies, and his family rakes in the profit. And
Well, look, his son is in the drone business now.
Yeah. I just wanted to share that.
Well, we appreciate it.
You all have a good week.
All right, we appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Doc, do you have any comments?
Well, about the body cameras, it fits in. Anytime the Republicans want to make a point and tell us how they're nice guys is by saying the cost would be horrendous. We're not just against everything, we're against it and the cost. But look at it, the ratio. If there were 100 police people on this team, you didn't need 100 cameras, which would be expensive, right?
Yeah.
And you go out the door and you pick up your badge and your gun and your camera. Or if you don't take a camera, leave your gun back and it won't be a problem.
Or if you take your camera and they don't turn it on.
Absolutely.
The sad part about it, and we
but
said
the
that-
cost ratio, if you had New York City with 500 or LA with 2,000 officers, they don't all go on duty
No.
at the same
Same time.
ring of the bell, you know?
And like I said, I don't care if you're going over the speed limit. I don't think anybody is comfortable ever being pulled over by a police officer.
No.
I mean, because
No.
next thing,
Yeah.
I got to tell my wife that I got a speeding ticket, or my insurance is going to go up, and it,
Yes.
just what's going on. Well, look what we all seen on January 6th. We know what he did after that when he became president of the United States, like it never happened, right? They didn't care what they did to the Capitol. They didn't care what they did to the police,
Yeah.
and they still don't.
And the one place they didn't have cameras was at the reflecting pool.
Yeah.
There's no camera
Yeah.
of anybody reaching in there and cutting 350 yards of.
And like I said earlier, what I looked up, and I'll apologize on this air if anybody could come up where they actually claim, you think when they drained it, there would be evidence, right? But there is no evidence.
But one other comment, if I could.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody talks about, and I admit, the United States has the most powerful military in the world. Secretary of Defense Hegseth is even making it stronger this week. Did you hear what he's doing?
Push-ups, sit-ups.
No.
I know there's, yes.
Testosterone
Yeah.
deficiency
Oh, yes.
for service people.
Over 40 or something like that.
Yeah.
40 years old.
Yeah,
You're-
and they'll give them ability to boost their testosterone, but he doesn't want them to take flu shots. I mean, Doc, you're
it's
the
just
medical
so-
guy. You
yeah,
know
it's-
that.
It's just so bad.
Well, you're right. You said it, Doc. It's so bad. It's so bad, and we keep on saying it. We got 109 days, folks, right here in Fayette County, throughout Pennsylvania, to our 67 counties, and we're going to have our congressman. He's out campaigning, Ellen Bradstock. We got a congressman we haven't seen, right? He could care less about Fayette County.
Who's the guy?
Guy who?
Who's the guy?
Yeah, a guy who, right? And think about it. If we sincerely need a change in this country, and there's a change coming, it's 109 days, and that's why the president right now is terrified.
Yeah.
Because after after midterms, they say they're lame duck anyway, right? Because he has 2 years left in his term.
The problem is the more terrified he is, the more wilder the
Oh.
things may be that he'll turn to. He has not. I always thought he had Plan A, B,
Oh,
and
yeah,
C.
you're right,
No,
Doc.
no, G,
Yeah,
H, I,
right, all the way to
J,
Z.
K, because have all these things that can cause chaos in reserve. Kidnap the last Castro down in. Do that? Go out Iceland, put a landing of the troops at Iceland to
And
secure
the
a port.
crazier he gets,
Yeah.
the
Scarier.
scary. It's what the hell was it? Proof of election dementia. I mean,
You know what? We've had Joe on the show, and Joe's a long time, elected official. But for Joe said just what Doc said. It's all about the election. He'll
Yep.
do anything. Like
Yes, sir.
you name it, they're going to try it. And they're doing it now. So guys,
And
we're
this will
about-
be the
Yeah.
midterms will be
Yeah.
a practice run for how much turmoil and
Right.
chaos, and he'll use that's the key golden excuse he needs to take over and put them all on hold. Oh, we've got to wait 60 days or 90 days.
But maybe in January, the Democrats will have control of the House and the Senate. And, I have no doubt impeachment hearings are going to start up again. It's not my favorite thing for Democrats to push, but I can understand why they would do it.
Before we wrap this up, and like I said, the state passed a budget. If any question, asked our state legislators why they voted no on the budget.
Yeah.
But you can rest assured, we will call them out when there is any money coming back from the state here in our district.
Yeah. I mean, in charity.
I mean, in all, right?
Charity,
If I was elected official,
Yeah, but Charity made a lot of videos that went on YouTube this past week on the budget. Why I'm voting against it. Why not just go out and do a town hall?
I don't know where our town hall is. You can rest
Not a
assured.
telephone town. I mean, actual,
Yeah.
just go meet your constituents.
Go meet some of those teachers that you voted no to get a cost of living, or vote no against raising the minimum wage, or vote no on increasing off-site fabrication on prevailing wage.
Yeah. I mean, I think what's going on by her is practicing attention politics. I mean, she'll go on social media and
That's the
everything.
world we live in, right?
It's attention politics. And what is, name one thing that she's done here for Fayette County. How much money she brought in for Fayette County other than the grants?
Nothing. Well, Doc, we got 1 minute. We want to thank you. I'm glad you're back in town.
Okay.
You've been living a good life in Miami.
Oh,
and,
yes, everybody's well there, so
Good.
that was a key
DJ,
to
we want to
find
thank
out.
you for keeping
But,
the show
uh,
going. We thank all of our callers, and Rich, thank you for all the
But,
information.
Please, sign off, please, because we are expecting a tsunami in the midterms.
Yep.
That may not
What happened?
happen. It may be slow waves with a little white caps on them. And why isn't it going to happen? Because the pain has been stretched out by the way they plotted these firings and all, 45,000 in the Department
We
of
got about
Justice. and
15
so forth.
seconds. Thanks, Doc. Thank Rich. And I forgot. I would be shocked if Fayette County Democratic women are not out there at 5 points, regardless of whether
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. And again, thank you, TJ. Thank you, and all of our listeners. We'll be back with Democratic Hour next Friday on WMBS. Have a safe and great weekend.
And this is WMBS Uniontown, 4 o'clock.
Fox News. Kuwait's army just reporting it intercepted ballistic missiles and drones in Kuwaiti airspace. Iran keeps attacking U.S. Gulf allies.